Are we talking to Darnell?
How's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for having me on. What's going on?
Thank you so much for taking time to join us here tonight, man. We do appreciate it.
Definitely.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
And as far as we're just going to start off asking a couple questions. First off, I want to throw out, how did you hear about the casting for the hero?
Man, it's a funny story, man. I actually didn't go for a casting of the hero. I actually was out here. I live out here in Vancouver, Washington, which is right next to Portland, Oregon. And I went and tried out for a show called MasterChef because I love cooking. And I didn't make it on there, and I just got a call a week later from these guys on this show saying, do I want to try out for a show with The Rock? And that kind of got the ball rolling. And after that, it was just, kind of all fell into place.
Nice. And when you were told that you made it, and had they, because I know that we spoke to Athena last week, and we got her reaction. But what was your reaction to when you were told that you actually made the casting? I mean, were you pumped? Were you scared? Was it something that you were ready to do? I mean, obviously didn't know what you were going to be getting yourself into, but I mean, now that you look back on it, I'm sure you probably don't have any regrets.
Oh, no, man, no regrets at all. I was excited. I was all of that stuff, man. Nervous, excited. It's one of those once in a lifetime opportunities, man. And it was one of those things where I was like, I hope my job gives me the time to get off work and go do it because it just you're gonna meet The Rock, you're gonna be on TV, you have a chance to win some money. It's cool. It's real cool.
Yeah.
So you were actually on.
Go ahead.
You were actually on one of the first hero challenges that they ever did on the show. What was the feeling like when you were during that? That very intense moment.
Oh, the heroes challenges are very, very intense. I was actually on the second one that was done. Dave did the first one, which was Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, and he did the K. Noriega's bunker. I did the dry docks where I had to try to open that box with a sledgehammer and all that good stuff, man. And going into it, before you go into it, you don't know what you're about to do, so you're real, real nervous. I was really nervous, excited, nervous. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. Going through it, however, I thought, for me, it was one of the hardest things that I did. Probably the hardest thing I did, having to run that far, go get a sledgehammer, run back, bust down, a crate in water, nasty water, I might add. Terrible tasting water. Don't drink it; it's not good for you. And it was nuts, man. It was fun though. It was fun because I don't think I've ever tested myself like that physically, and it was cool seeing that. I got through it and pushed myself to the limit and didn't stop. So that was cool.
And was it hard to not take those temptations that The Rock was giving out? Because I know in normal cases, when you get offered that kind of money, you're crazy to say no. But obviously, you guys want to represent what a true hero means. Was it? When you were dealing with the temptations, did you regret not taking any of the money?
No, not at all, man. I got tempted one time, and that was when we were in Cologne running around. He paid me $35,000 to basically sabotage my own team that I was working with. So for me, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do a temptation thing if it's going to mess up the team in any kind of way. It's almost like laying the ball up on the other team's basket if you're playing basketball. So for me, I couldn't do it. So as far as taking temptation, it wasn't hard for me to say no. The Heroes Challenge, however, was like a solo thing. So I don't see anything wrong with it.
And the guy that was popping out of every single corner imaginable was the host of the show, The Rock. How was it like to actually work with him?
The Rock is a good dude, good solid dude. Exactly how he seems on TV is how he is in person. Real down to earth. He'll stop and have a conversation with anybody, man. He's a real good dude, man. And shoot, right now he's probably the biggest star in show business right now. So that's kind of cool to be around a guy like that.
And I actually heard that his daughter was helping take part in choosing the people. And how did it make you feel that The Rock actually personally chose all of the guys and chose you as one of the contestants?
Oh man, flattered, man. His daughter Simone. I didn't realize how much of she was involved in the process as well. And when I found out they handpicked us, oh man, very flattering, dog. I'm telling you, it's just I don't know how to explain it. I have no words for it. It's just like wow, The Rock this guy thought I would be good for his show. So, he picked me. So it was real cool.
And going into once you were ready to go to Panama and meet your castmates, what were your thoughts going into that? As far as were you worried about what type of people you might meet? I mean, you never knew exactly who you were going to be bunked up with, so obviously that had to be something in your thoughts that as you were heading over there. Were they as you expected them to be, or was it? What was your thoughts going into that?
You know what, man? It didn't bother me any. I was raised a military brat, so I moved around a lot. I was always thrown into a situation where I had to make friends real quick. So dealing with different personalities and that kind of thing is honestly something that comes easy for me. I'm a people person, so going into that, I wasn't really worried about who was going to be on the show with me or anything like that. It was just one of those things where, okay, well, here we go. I grew up like this. Let's go into this situation and let's find common ground with some people, make some friends, do what I got to do.
And so, I know that you had to have been given asked at least a million times, or at least made a little. Somebody might have teased you a little bit. How was it when obviously you got that big old knot on your head from that wrench when you were in that nasty taste of water. You didn't actually. Obviously, besides the lump on the head, you didn't actually have any damage. You didn't get like a concussion or anything like that, because that was a pretty hard blow to the head.
Yo, that when I hit myself in the head, man, it's actually pretty funny because I watching it back and seeing myself, get hit in the head with that wrench. The sound I made the sound I made, me and my boys, we still laugh at it. So I got my people still laughing at me, and it's cool, man. If you can't laugh at yourself, man, you got a problem. But it was pretty funny looking back at it, man. When I went through it, I really literally almost knocked myself out, man. I saw stars. It was like the little birdies in the cartoon. It was almost lights out for me, man. But it's one of those things where the adrenaline kind of kept me up, and you think to yourself, man, I'm on TV, man. I can't be going out like that. I got to keep pushing through,
That's right.
But my boys still laugh at me. It's all good, man. I enjoy that. I enjoy getting laughed at. I enjoy the moment.
Well, did you have a question, Austin? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No problem. I was going to say, so you guys, on the Hero, you actually you participate in various challenges, but they're all difficult. But even though obviously all of them were difficult, which one was the most intense or one you got the most nervous on?
I would definitely have to say the most intense would have to be the one we were just talking about in the dry docks. That was the most intense. That was all about endurance, physical strength. It was tough. Not to mention, it was almost 100 degrees out there, 90% humidity or whatever.
And then the Rock throws in, he's going to actually release the sharks. I was like, wait a minute. And then he says, just kidding.
Yo, when my mom saw that, my mom was ready to go to the TV screen and grab him by the neck and said, I guess. My mom kind of went off like, what? But I guess the one that made me most, nervous, the nerves got me, and I guess that's being up on that 450-foot bridge.
Yes.
I'm not really afraid of heights, but when you get up 450 feet, man, and you're on somewhere basically people aren't supposed to be, that really makes you pause a little bit,
And coming out of the reality show, do you still keep in contact with your castmates? Did you still hang more, or do you keep in contact one more than the other, or do you pretty much keep in contact with everybody?
I guess I talk to. I have to say I talk to Patty the most, and I do. I text back and forth with all of them really. Not every day or anything like that, but yeah, we still do keep in contact. I didn't have a problem with anybody on the show. Everybody liked me. I liked everybody else. So it was really, I think all of them were really cool people, and I really enjoyed being around them.
And with Marty, though, obviously he had his moments where he had his little temper tantrums from time to time. Was that, going into that, how he portrayed himself on television, is that more or less the kind of person he was off camera as well?
No, you know what? The last 2 episodes where they showed him doing all that kind of stuff, that's nowhere near the kind of guy that Marty is. He has a huge heart. He's a young cat, and he's probably one of the best athletes I've seen in my life, and he's a really, really good dude. Those are just moments that happen to happen, and it happened that way towards the end, but that's in no way does that reflect how he really is as a person, because he's really a good dude. He's really nice to be around. He'll give you the shirt off his back.
Understood. And coming into this, I mean, before you heard of obviously before you went into the Hero reality show, had already heard of The Rock? Did you ever follow professional wrestling years ago, even now?
So I'm 32, right about to be 33. So I used to watch wrestling back in the day. I was a Macho Man Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan guy back in the day.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. I used to watch those guys, Ultimate Warrior and stuff like that. I never really followed The Rock as a wrestler. I knew of him, obviously, and I had some buddies that kind of watched wrestling, but it wasn't really something that I really followed. But I do enjoy him as an action star. So I was watching all his movies. I mean, even Tooth Fairy. I watched all the Rock movies. I was a fan of The Rock before that. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
And they give him so much crap for that movie.
What's that?
They give The Rock a lot of heat for that movie because obviously he was dressed up in a tutu.
Right, exactly. You know what, man? You got to be a strong man to do something like that. And he really is. So I don't blame him for it. Hey, why not?
But going into this, obviously, if the fans wanted to keep in contact with you, as Austin said in the start of the show, do you obviously have your Twitter? Do you have a Facebook or any other ways that they can contact you as well?
Well, yeah, I'm on Facebook. I have my Facebook is Facebook.com/Mac Baldy. So it's my Twitter's Baldy Mac. It's basically just Facebook.com/Mac Baldy. It's just that backwards is my fan page. And I'm on Instagram and all that good stuff too. It's all either Baldy Mac or Mac Baldy is how you can find me on those sites.
Awesome.
And the fans are great, man. You guys are all great. I mean, I love it. I love the interaction. I love talking to everybody about the show. It's cool, man. It's really cool. It's flattering just hearing all the nice things people say about you, and it's it's cool hearing criticisms too, because I love it. I love it all, man. It all makes you a stronger person.
Yes, in fact, people really got into the show so much, and I know going into it, people thought, okay, well, it's going to involve The Rock. Let's check it out and see what it's like. And I know as soon as Austin started watching it, he really got into it. He enjoyed it so much. He talked about it constantly. He was like, we're going to get one of these guys. We're going to get, if not one, maybe two of the stars on there. We're going to talk to him and tell him say how much we enjoy the show, and he did it. I give credit to Austin for setting this one up.
I got the email from you, man. That was cool, man. I'm really glad that you reached out because, it's great to reach out to people that are fans of the show. I mean, we're on the show, and if people like it and they want to talk about it, let's talk about it. I think it's great, man. I appreciate you, Austin, for doing it.
No problem. And, with the Hero, it's like I never was a big fan of watching these challenge shows because, I wasn't really interested. But with the Hero, it's totally different because people who never watched it before, if you watch it, go back and watch because, the finale is in 2 days. But it's just such a unique show, and that's what captured me from watching it each week. People, say, the only reason why you're watching it is because The Rock's on there as a host. I'm like, no. You have to see the show for yourself in order to make an assumption of what what the show's about, and it's an excellent show.
Oh, thanks. I totally agree, Austin. I totally agree. I think I actually do enjoy shows like The Challenge or whatever like that. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine, but this one actually is a lot different in that, it was built pretty much more on more of a positive note. We're not in the house, getting hammered all the time and hating each other. It's about trying to bring out heroic qualities in regular people, and I think the show did a really, really good job of that. And you can attest to that. You guys like the show, and I'm really proud of how it came out. To be honest with you, I don't have any qualms about how it came out at all.
And were you surprised at how many people have started to vote for you? Or cause I can imagine there's quite a few hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people that have already voted for you already. And we get to find out the results this coming Thursday night. Are you excited?
I know, Thursday night. Yeah, I'm really, really excited, man. I mean, we do a watch party out here in Vancouver at this place called The Rock Pizza every Thursday. I'm really excited for everybody to find out who wins. And people that voted for me, I think it's, like I said, I said it before, I said it again, it's flattering to know all these people vote for me. I'm getting on my Twitter saying, hey, I voted for you 10 times, and all these things, man. It's just, it's cool. It's cool. And, I never would have thought in a million years I'd get this many people that would say that I inspired them and that kind of thing. And it feels good. You get one, it feels good.
And,
absolutely.
With with the hero this season being as successful as it is, I have no doubts probably being picked up, for a second season. But I can't imagine I can't imagine watching it without the original cast. All you guys.
Yeah, it's a cool thought to think that there might be a season 2. I have no idea. You know how these things go, though, Austin. You mess up the first time, and then the second one's going to end up being better. But you just never know how they pick the cast and what goes on. But I really do hope that there's a season 2. That would be really cool to see this thing go on, because I'd like to see how other people react in these situations.
I don't know, but how can they top what you guys did this season? I don't think they can top it.
It's always worth a shot, though.
It really is. It's always worth a shot. You can go back and change things and do it differently. I got to be honest with you. I think that if there's a second season, I think you're going to see more people taking the money. I really do.
That's true. Now, if they asked you to actually come back in and maybe, advise maybe a second season crew on your experience, would you be up to the challenge of coming out for the second season as like a guest star appearance or so?
Oh, man, absolutely. That would be so cool. That would be real cool to go out and just talk to the new cast about my experience and get them ready to, get them amped up to go into a challenge or something like that. That would be real cool. I would be honored to do something like that.
And at this point in time, once the hero concludes this Thursday night, what's up next for Darnell?
Oh man, I'm back to work like I have been, man. Back to work doing my thing.
Absolutely.
I really never went into this with aspirations of anything else. If something comes along, will I say no? Absolutely not. I'll definitely do something. I may try to do something else, but as of Thursday night and Friday and the days after that, I'm just going to be doing my regular old thing, man. Going to work, fixing scales, being a husband, a son, and a dad. That's it, man.
And then as far as it revealed on the show, because I think I even read a comment a fan had made about the fact that you were there cooking on one of these last shows. And are you doing all the cooking at home too? Are you one of like a bomb chef? Do you cook some good food? I mean, what kind of good food do you like to cook?
Well, man, I wouldn't try out Master Chef if I didn't think I could cook a little bit. But actually, my wife cooks a lot. She can throw down. My wife can throw down, but I can throw down too. I made a lot of things on the show they didn't show. I mean, I fried some chicken for everybody. I made some mashed potato garlic mash. I made some Alfredo from scratch for everybody while we were there. I made a homemade marinara from scratch while we were there with some noodles and stuff like that. So I was doing a lot of cooking. They just showed it one time at the end that I was doing cooking, but it was fun. I mean, I love being in the kitchen. It's real. It's like, it's a sanctuary for me, man. I'm at peace when I'm in the kitchen. It's just fun for me. And when you cook with love, man, you can make the simplest stuff taste good. I'm telling you. Doesn't matter what it is. When you love doing it makes it easy, man.
I think you'd actually be a good
granola and yogurt and make it taste good.
There you go.
I think you'd actually be a good stand-up comedian because for people that watch the show, you're pretty funny.
Oh man, I appreciate that. I don't know if I can actually put together a set or anything like that. I just love interacting with people, man. And I get that sometimes. People think I'm kind of funny, but I have no idea, man. It's not something I thought about ever doing. That's tough for those stand-up comedians to do, right? Writing jokes, putting up a set, and trying to make everybody laugh. I don't know if I can do that.
Well, from what your castmate Athena said, she said you're hilarious. You're definitely going to be fun to talk to, and a good laugh to have fun. Above anything else, that we'd have fun.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Yeah, she had nothing but good things to say about you.
What's that?
She had nothing but good things to say about you.
Yeah, I actually listened to the interview. I listened to the interview after you guys put it out when I found out she was going to be on the show. I thought I got to check it out because I knew that Austin had asked me to do it, and then I found out Athena was going to be on it. And I was like, I had to listen to that. But I think that's cool. I have nothing but love for Athena. Everything's all good, man. Athena's cool. Athena's real cool.
She is a Spitfire, though. You don't want to get on her bad side.
Oh, yeah, she got some fire in her now. I mean, I think all of us are alpha. We're all alpha males and females that they chose to be on the show, and I think that was by design, I don't think you go into it being timid. I think, even Patty is an alpha female. No
doubt. I was cheering her on when she was doing that challenge.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Patty, I love Patty. You know what? She got so much heart and courage, and you know, she faced her fears, and she tackled them and got over them, and that's what this thing was all about. That's what it was all about.
Absolutely. And at this point, we definitely want to encourage all the listeners to tune in this Thursday night to see who is voted the hero. And I'm going to ask Austin, did you have any final questions for Darnell?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say there's people in the house that didn't get really along with Sean. Did you yeah, I'm not a big fan of his, but what about you? Did you have any heat with him?
No, not at all. I have no heat with anybody else. I'm good with everybody, and I think if you talk to all of them, they'll tell you that. I never follow anybody, even with Sean taking the money. So listen here, man. It's always a game. It was a game. He took the money. He messed up our challenge. Whatever. You know what I mean? In the context of the game, that's how it goes. I didn't want to vote him in the next time, but after that, I know he's a good competitor. So why would I keep a good competitor out of a challenge if we're trying to win money to charity? You know what I mean? So no, I had no problem with Sean. I had no problem with anybody. I mean, obviously there was some tension between some of the folks, but for me, it was all good.
And what did you think when you were told? I mean, had you ever really traveled? I mean, you said you're an Army brat as well. But have you actually ever traveled to Panama before?
Yeah, no, I'm an Air Force brat. Air Force.
I'm sorry,
Air Force.
excuse me. I apologize.
No, it gets serious. It gets serious about that stuff. Air Force,
I know.
It gets serious.
Oh, you're right.
No,
it does. Right.
That was my first time outside of the country. So that was real cool for me. That was a crazy experience for me. Because with my dad, when we traveled around with him, we went to Alaska for a little while. So that was considered an overseas trip instead of going to wherever else. We went to Alaska. So I never got a chance to get outside of the country. But so that was my first experience of getting outside of the country, and it was a good one. It was a really good one.
And I know that with Athena had mentioned, too, that half the time when you guys didn't really know when The Rock was coming in or going because he was doing so much traveling when you guys started filming, because I know he was preparing for WrestleMania earlier this year. And the fact that he was doing both, he was just like balancing both. I mean, The Rock is no joke. He's a machine when it comes to doing everything, and he's got so many things at once, and to be a parent, too, man.
Right. No, the dude is an animal, let me tell you. To have to go through all that, I don't know how he does it, and stays fresh. But
exactly.
that's definitely his working out and his conditioning and his healthy lifestyle. Because you have to have the healthy lifestyle to be on planes in and out. I mean, he flew in from Budapest to do the finale with us, and he had to go right back out there and do Hercules. So, and like during the shooting of our show, he was doing WrestleMania. He was getting ready to wrestle John Cena and stuff like that. So I don't know how he does it, man. The dude is an animal. He's a machine.
Is he as big as it seems on TV? Is he bigger in person? Is he a big guy?
I don't know how you. He's not small. I'll tell you that right now. He's not. I don't know. I always expect him to be big. I'm a small guy myself, man. I'm only 5'7", about $180. The next one got a 6'5", 250, 260. I mean, the dude is. Yeah, the dude is big, man. The dude is, and he's cut up. He's real lean. He's a lot leaner now than he was when he was first in WWE or F. I don't know how he started it out, but he's a lot leaner now. So, but he's still huge. And the dude is massive. He's a big man. I'll tell you that right now.
And speaking of The Rock, like on the show, people were saying it's kind of bittersweet to see him because he can be your friend and your enemy, but your enemy being whenever he has some news for the cast.
Oh, yeah, he was just popping in and out. Like, if you saw him during the day or something like that, you knew it would be a temptation. Something was about to happen. I tell you what, that night he just popped up into the house after My Heroes Challenge. He popped up into the house and said the game was changing. It was a trip because all we heard was, heroes, heroes. He's yelling around the house. And we go out there and we're like, oh, man, here we go. The Rock's not just going to come in here to have cake and pie. He's coming in here to tell us something's going on. So it was a trip.
Yeah. And at this point, did you have any other questions for him, for Darnell?
Yeah, one more question for me. I was going to say that the last week's challenge, you guys were like scaling down this. I don't know. I have no idea what the name is. I can't remember. But it was in Panama. Yeah. And it was at a I don't know, like a curve, like an arch. How was that? I would have freaked out.
Man, that was nuts. Let me tell you, that was absolutely crazy because we're telling Aussie style, which means face first, down pretty much 1,000-foot building. So you're looking straight down, and you know if the rope doesn't hold, that's it. It's over with. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. I mean, never in a million years I would do something like that. Not to mention, we're all linked together. So if one of us slips and goes, oh, we're going, everybody's going. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. It was crazy.
And at this point, I wanted to ask you as well, as far as the lie detector. I've always wondered me personally, because I've never really had to go through that. I mean, do they detect on how nervous you get, or how does that work exactly? And did that make you nervous going into something like that?
Good question, man. Yeah, I had never experienced a lie detector test before either. And what it is they hook you up all the way around. I mean, they have everything. You have a sensor that that sits up under your butt. You have a sensor on your fingers. You have something that goes around your chest that detects your breathing. If your breathing changes, they put like little diodes on you that detect your beating of your heart and stuff like that. So any change or any spike when a question is asked can be looked at as a lie. If I don't know how it works, how they read them, but it's kind of nerve-wracking, man, when they start hooking all this stuff up to you, and you're like, oh, you're sitting down and you're like me, sitting on something under your butt. Like if you move a little bit, they'll know it. You have something on your foot. It was crazy.
Absolutely.
The whole experience, like all the stuff we did was something I never had experienced before, and it's all a little nerve-wracking, man. You just never know how it's gonna go.
And we were actually looking to try to see about getting Marty on as well, to see about his experience sometime in the near future, hopefully. But on behalf of Austin and myself, we just got to say, Darnell, it has been such an honor to speak to you, man. You're definitely one of the most down-to-earth people to speak to, and definitely an entertaining one at that. But we wish you the best of luck, and we will be tuning in, no doubt. We want to see a hero crowned, and we're rooting for you.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much for having me, guys. Pipebomb Radio, you guys are all dope. That's what's up. Thanks for reaching out, Austin. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, man, I hope you get Marty, man. Because Marty is fun to talk to too. Trust me, that dude is a ball of energy. You guys will love to talk to him. His energy will come through the phone. I'm telling you right now.
We look forward to it. Hopefully, we'll get that set up. Hopefully, in the near future.
Definitely. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, because we definitely enjoyed speaking to you. But we wish you the best of luck, and we'll talk to you hopefully again in the near future as well.
Hey, anytime, man. Anytime. Just let me know. Much respect.
All right, man. All right. Have a good night.